Hello everyone, my name is Sophia. Today I want to share something very close to my heart. I want to talk about thinking in English. Yes, thinking. How can thinking in English help us, and why should we listen to this completely? Imagine you are sitting alone, feeling unsure. You want to express yourself, but words don't come out right. Has it happened to you? It's like there's a block, and the right words are missing. Thinking in English helps us break this block. It lets us say what we feel without searching for words. When we think in English, we can talk smoothly and we feel confident inside. So please listen to the whole story. This can change your life. Let me share a memory. There was a girl, Olivia. She wanted to talk to her new friends at school, but they spoke English. Olivia knew a few words but felt scared to speak. She worried they might laugh at her. She thought, if only I could think in English, I could speak better. Olivia tried hard but still felt alone. One day she sat by herself feeling like she didn't belong. But then Olivia remembered her teacher's words, start by thinking in English, even a little every day. So, every night before sleeping, she would say small sentences in her mind. Today I am happy, or I want to make friends slowly. Olivia started thinking in English more, and her confidence grew. One day, when a classmate named Daniel asked her, "Do you want to join us?" she said, "Yes, I would love to," without thinking twice. Her heart was beating fast, but it felt so good. This was the power of thinking in English. Now, let's ask ourselves, why do we think in our native language first? It feels safe, right? But what if we try a little change? Just a small one. Maybe start with simple words like hello, how are you? Inside our minds. Think of it as a new friend, one you're getting to know slowly. English becomes easier when we invite it into our thoughts. I remember my friend Charles once said, "I cannot think in English. It's too hard," but I told him, "Charles, just imagine your thoughts are clouds. Let English be one of those clouds." So he tried it, and day by day he began thinking in English. He felt stronger and happier each day. Some people ask me, "Sophia, how can I think in English when I'm scared?" I understand. When we feel nervous, it's tough to change. But let's start with small thoughts, okay? Think of a moment when you were happy. Try to describe that feeling in English. Say, "I feel happy," or "I love this moment." Little by little, we can change our thoughts, and our English grows stronger. Thinking in English also helps us handle hard times. Like my friend Mia. She went through a hard time and wanted to talk, but she struggled to find words in English. I told her, just start by thinking. Imagine the words in English. Say them slowly in your mind. Mia tried, and though it was hard at first, she kept going. Now, she speaks her heart out with ease. And guess what? Mia told me, thinking in English is like learning to walk again. At first we stumble, but then we feel strong. It's a way to face fears and grow. Let's be brave together. Let's try this. Imagine you are talking to someone you trust. Imagine you are telling them about your day in English. You could start with small words like, "Today was a good day," or "I saw a beautiful sky." As you think these small thoughts, you'll see a change. It may take time, but it's worth it. English can improve our situations too. There was a day I felt low, lost in my own world. But then I remembered a simple phrase in English: stay strong, keep going. I said it over and over in my mind, and it helped me stand up again. English words gave me strength that day. They can do the same for you. Maybe you have had days like that too, days where you feel alone or unsure. Try thinking a small phrase in English. It's like giving yourself a new voice, a voice that says, "You can do this." Friends, thinking in English is like planting a small seed. Each day we give it a little time, a little thought. We say, "I am learning," or "I can do this slowly." This seed grows into a tree, strong and tall. It gives us shade, comfort, and strength. As we continue, let's remember English is not just a language. It's a bridge. A bridge to new friends, new ideas, new dreams. Let's walk this bridge together, one thought at a time. And now I invite you to try this. Take one thought today, just one, and say it in English in your mind. Hold it, feel it, and let it grow. Let's do this every day, like Olivia, like Charles, like Mia. And slowly we will see a change. Will you try this? Will you take this small step to think in English? Please share your thoughts. Let's continue this journey together. I'm here, and we are all here to support each other. Let's go deeper, friends. Picture this: you're sitting alone, and the world feels heavy. In your mind you feel unsure, like you don't belong. But what if, at that moment, a small English thought appeared? Just a simple one, like "I am okay." Those words, as small as they are, can change everything. I remember a time when my friend Amelia felt just like this. She had moved to a new place, and everything seemed different. The people, the language, the way they spoke. She felt lost. One day she was crying, thinking, "How will I ever fit in?" She felt the weight of each word. Then she remembered something her mother used to say: small steps lead to big changes. So Amelia decided to try thinking in English, even when it felt strange. She began with little things, like "I am strong and I belong here." These tiny English thoughts were like lights in a dark room. Amelia told me later, "Sophia, it was hard, but thinking in English made me feel less alone." Those small thoughts gave her strength. Now she feels happy, she belongs, and English became her friend. So let me ask you this: what small thought can you say in English right now? Can it be a simple one like "I am learning" or "I am brave"? Take a moment, close your eyes, and try it. Say it in your mind. Feel its warmth. Now let's talk about a friend of mine, George. He struggled with English for years. One day he told me, "Sophia, I feel like English words are not my friends. They don't come to me easily." I could see the sadness in his eyes. He felt like English was a wall he couldn't climb. But we decided to try a new approach. I told him, George, let's make English your friend, one thought at a time. So every morning George would sit by himself and think of one positive thought in English. Just one. Slowly he felt English wasn't a wall anymore. It became his friend. One day he came up to me, his eyes shining with joy. He said, "Today," I thought, "I am ready to start my day in English." And it felt real that small thought gave him the strength he needed. Friends, thinking in English can make us feel safe, strong, and ready to face anything. When we are lost, when we feel alone, these simple thoughts remind us we're not. They give us power we didn't know we had. Let's try something. Take a moment and think about a happy memory. Maybe a time with friends. Maybe a family gathering. Picture it in your mind. Now describe that moment in English, even if it's simple. Say, "I was happy," or "I felt loved." Feel that joy in English words. When we think in English, it's like adding color to our lives. Each word is like a brushstroke, painting a picture of our dreams, our hopes. It brings everything to life in a new way. Try this every day, even if it's just for a few minutes. Soon, these small English thoughts will feel like home. Like my friend Charlotte, who once said, "Thinking in English felt strange at first, but now it feels natural, like breathing." She shared this with me one day, and her smile said it all. Thinking in English had become her way to feel confident and alive. So let's not rush. Let's take it slow, like walking in a garden. Each thought in English is a flower we're planting. Soon, this garden will be full of colors, full of life. Now, I want to ask you, will you continue this journey? Will you plant one English thought today? Please share your thoughts, and let's walk this path together, one beautiful step at a time. This journey has no end. Now picture this, it's a quiet evening, and you're sitting with yourself. You feel the silence and your mind is calm. This is the perfect time to try something new. Take a simple thought, like "Today was a good day," and say it in English, softly in your mind. Feel the words as they settle in. This reminds me of a friend named Benjamin. He had always struggled with speaking English and felt nervous even when he tried. One evening, Benjamin decided to try thinking in English. He told himself, "Tonight I will think of one good memory in English," and he did. He thought of his grandmother's house, the way she smiled, the smell of cookies baking. In English, he whispered, "I love my grandma." Benjamin told me later, "Sophia, I could feel her love more deeply when I thought of it in English." He said it felt special, almost magical. That night, Benjamin felt English was not just a language. It was a way to feel things more deeply, to connect with memories and emotions. Friends, isn't that beautiful? Thinking in English allows us to feel life in a new way. It's like opening a new door in our hearts. We see things differently, we remember things with a fresh perspective. When I see people struggling with English, I always tell them, Think of it as a friend. Think of English as a friend you can trust, a friend who will be there when you need to express yourself. One of my friends, Ava, used to feel very lonely. She wanted to share her feelings, but words didn't come easily. So I told her, Ava, why don't you try talking to yourself in English? So every night, Ava would sit alone in her room and say things like, I am strong, or I believe in myself little by little. Those words gave her strength. She didn't feel alone anymore. English became her silent companion. She began to feel happy and confident. When we start thinking in English, we also start talking to ourselves more kindly. We start to say things like, I can do this, or I am enough. English becomes not just words, but our support, our strength. It gives us the courage to believe in ourselves. One day my friend Thomas came to me, looking worried. He said, Sophia, I have an interview, but I'm scared. I don't know if I can think and answer in English. I could see his fear, but I told him, Thomas, just breathe. Take a small moment, close your eyes and think of a simple, positive thought in English. So Thomas closed his eyes and said, I am ready. I can do this. Those words, so small, filled him with strength. He went into that interview and felt calm, collected. And guess what? He got the job. Thomas later told me it was that small thought in English that made me believe in myself. Friends, thinking in English can be our anchor, our safety net. It's a way to hold ourselves steady, to feel grounded. When we're nervous, when we're scared, a simple thought in English can calm us down. It's like having a warm blanket on a cold night. Let's take another moment to imagine. You're in a new place, maybe a little scared, a little unsure. You feel like everyone is watching, and you don't know what to say. In that moment, think something simple in English, like I am okay, just that. Say it to yourself. Let those words become your shield, your comfort. And as we continue this journey, remember that thinking in English also helps us connect with others. It's like learning a new way to reach out, to share our feelings, our dreams. When we think in English, we open ourselves to a world of new friends, new experiences. I once had a friend named Emma. She used to be very shy, afraid to talk to anyone. But she started thinking in English, just small thoughts every day. She would think, I am friendly and I can talk to people slowly. Emma began to feel more confident. One day she smiled and introduced herself to someone, and from that moment her life changed. She made friends, she laughed, and she felt happier than ever. This, my friends, is the power of thinking in English. It's not just a practice, it's a way to open up, to invite new people, new dreams into our lives. So, I invite you again, take a small thought in English tonight. Hold it close, let it be your friend. Remember, it doesn't need to be big. Even a small thought like I am learning or I am getting better can make a huge difference. As we go forward, let's make this a daily habit. Let's promise ourselves to think one simple thought in English every day. Little by little, we'll see our confidence grow, our minds become stronger. And now I ask you, will you continue this journey with me? Will you take this small step every day? Please share your experiences, your thoughts, and let's grow together. This journey has no end, friends. It's a path we walk every day, and I am here with you as we take each step. Let's continue hand in hand, one beautiful thought at a time.